welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm going to make some covers today. The base of my covers is going to be Amazon packaging, and I'm going to use fabric. I was going to show you what I do to prepare. So I use one side, so I tear apart the bag and then cut it each side down, so I get like 2 covers at least out of each bag, sometimes more if I'm making different sizes. So most of these are 9 by 12. I got a couple that are smaller as well. I have a patchwork journal I'm going to be doing, and so I've already got this together. I just use glue stick because I'm going to sew the whole thing, and so I'm just going to attach my pieces with some glue stick, and once it dries, I know I'll be able to just sew them. So there's no real rhyme or reason of how I do things. Also, let me think. No, this would be fine. In my brain, I'm like, I got pieces that are way bigger than I need. I don't need them to line up perfectly. I could go around the corner with that. Oh, I could go around the corner with all of these. That would make sense. It would be a little bit neater if I did that, but no, I don't generally do that. She says, I do want to go over a little bit, and because I did it with glue, it's just glue stick, I'm able to go and change my mind about what I did. And I do want to overlap a little bit here and there too. There we go. So I don't need it to go too far over. I'm going to have a rough edge. It's not going to be a, I'm not going around the corner with this, around the edges with this one. On some other ones I might, but not with this one. And I might even go ahead and alternate, like do a brick pattern kind of a thing. And so this is old fabric, that's old fabric. This is fabric I just bought. It's at Hobby Lobby. Super pretty, in case you're wondering. And I might even just come over a little bit like that, so they're not perfectly square. Although that was my what I was planning to do on this was pretty much to have them be squares. And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't want to do it that way. It's okay to change your mind. But I do like that they're squares. I'm just not going to put them together as squares. That's all. I'm just going to overlap and just do the best I can. Maybe even have just a little piece there and there. So I'll just take one of these and probably rip it in half somewhere. So yeah, this is how I do it. I just glue down pieces. Go off the edge a little bit there, which means, nope, that does overlap just enough. And it doesn't matter. Oh, that's sad. And then maybe this one I'll do in half. So I hope everybody is well. I will try to sew at least one of these on camera, but I'm not making any promises. Don't really, but that should be on the front, so it won't be overly weird. Okay. Don't know how I feel about that one. One's a little bright. Why did I pick this? Here we get another piece of this, which almost works up there. Alright, I can do there, and then I can do a little strip of something here. This fabric I found, too, isn't it really cool for like the patchwork effect? It's already patchworked. I don't even have to do anything with it. Let's just put a small amount of this one in here. It's just really bright. I have a lot of it. Most of it's going to go to the thrift store, to be honest. It came from my gram. Don't like that one there, though. I just need a little strip of something. Just a little strip of, oh, this will work. There we go. Okay, Okay, so there's that one, and I will trim this side to just be a little bit more even so that I can kind of see where I need to sew it from the front, because I'm going to do the front, and then after I do the sewing, then I will glue on the back and sew around the outside. So this could even wait till after I do the sewing of all the bits. So I'll probably do like a zigzag stitch just to connect all the pieces. Alright, I might come in later with my fabric scissors to get this a little bit straighter, but this will just make it easier for when I sew it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So, there's one ready to be sewn. So when it's folded in half, it will look like that. I'll just make sure those are sewed down really well. Alright. And then where are we? The back side of this one will be, this is way bigger than it needs to be, will be these little cardinals, because they're so pretty, and just about everything I've got going has some cardinals in it. And I tend to go, you know, a little bigger. Okay, that is perfect height for that. So I won't glue that down until I've sewn the front. But I'm going to do this, you know, I'm going to glue everything down, and then by the time I get them all glued, this one should be dry so that I can sew it. Also, it's past time for lunch break, so that might happen as well. So let's see, this one, I could do this down the middle here, I think, is what I was thinking, maybe? Or was I thinking this down the middle? Or, could even go this way. I like those two together. Then we have a piece, oh, the birds. I don't think I have this one quite figured out yet, but close, but not really. I think I have, did I have a piece to go on the edge here? Oh, I've got, I don't know what I was planning. It got all discombobulated when I was doing stuff, so there's that. Alright, where's the middle? That's the middle. So I really like the birds with the with that on there. So we'll put this one over here. That'll work. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be anything. I could always add little bits here and there afterwards if I so desire. And you know, it's still going to have interest, even if it's just 3 pieces of fabric. And like I said, I can come back in and add more pieces. I just need to see where that one went so I know where to put this one. And put this one over here. There we go. So that's on there. And let's see, do I want to fold this one over or not? If I do that, I might on this one go ahead and just fold the fabric over. So I'm just gonna cut there and there just to take out that bulk. Oh, this side's not gonna fold over as well, so oh well, still gonna, let's see. Well, it's not like it's down there. Oh look, it's so not straight. Oh my word, what is wrong with you, lady? Probably want to make sure this bird is not gonna get his head chopped off too. How'd that do? Better? A little bit. Not tremendously better, but a little bit better. And if I have problems, I can always put corners on. I don't always put corners on, but I've got them, so I can. And so on one like this, where my corners kind of don't get covered well, is one where I'm more likely to... Why I put so much glue on that, I don't know. Where is my... Art glitter glue should work fine too. I don't necessarily need Fabri-Tac yet. When I put the other side on, I might want to do Fabri-Tac. Just depends on some things. Okay, and then just clip to the corner, clip a little angle, leaving just a tiny bit showing, if that makes sense. Yeah, I need to leave more if I'm going to do this. just saying. I wasn't planning on doing this, which is part of my problem. And then I just decided to do it, like, because I don't always make sense. It'll be fine. It'll turn out just fine. And one way it could turn out fine is the other piece of fabric I could wrap around something slightly larger, and then it can stick out from the front and kind of like frame this. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You might not know what I mean. I might not be making sense. But that's alright. But when you wrap the fabric, you do get, you know, a cleaner edge in the end, because this part back here is going to also be covered. It could be covered with fabric, or I could even collage on it. There's no rules when it comes to fabric covers. Even they could be fabric on one side and collage on the other. So that is how that one's gonna look. But yeah, you see the edges are just cleaner when you wrap it around. You just want a little bit more to wrap than I had on that one, that's all. All right, next one. Oh, we'll do a TN. Should we? Oh, this is the other side of that other one, so that would be that one. All right, we got some extra pieces there, and then this one is, oh, okay, it is an interesting, let me find a 9x12 again. It's just some vintage fabrics that I've got, and some different things that were, what piece goes down here? Oh, here it is. Plus a new piece. So this is ideally how it's going to go. So this one can go first. Plus I have, you know, this piece is probably slightly smaller than what I've got there. Just gonna spread glue on there. I would like for the glue to be strong enough to hold the pieces down while I glue it, but also, you know, forever and ever, amen. Ow, I just got a thing in my back that hurt. Okay, well, you know, I'm premenopausal, so we get these weird, I want more of the peacock feathers. Then this could go down here. I could probably take some of that off even. And more of the peacock feather over here. I made a big stocking one year with this peacock feather. I don't know if I still have the stocking. If I find the stocking, then I'll have more of that fabric. But if not, this is the last of it. This is the last of the peacock. I guess it goes either way. It doesn't matter. Peacock feather fabric. I love this stuff. Got this at Joann Fabrics. Did I mention that already? I might have. It's just gorgeous. Alright, so this one I can go ahead and wrap around. I want to put this piece, I'm not sure where yet. Let me wrap this around like I just did. Oops, we get a little more. I don't think I didn't put any glue on there. That's why. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to do just like I did. I'm going to trim off the edges and wrap it. I actually have a neat little tool that I can use that I bought, so I should probably use it, you know, since I bought it and everything. I don't know where my fabric cutter roller thing is. That's all. So I'll just use the roller would be better. But let's see if no, I can't use that. Can I use that? No. But if I don't know where my roller is, I can just draw a line and then cut with scissors. And what this does is it gives me my angle. So it's about 1/4 inch away. That way you cut out the excess and still cover the corner completely. That's what that's for. And I did not do a good job on that one, which is why I brought this one out. I was like, yeah. Be faster if I could find my rollator thing. Found my rotary cutter. Well, it would be faster if it cut the first time. This should be this, I should be able to cut on this. I think it's I don't know if it's a healing mat or not. But I do know that this one is, so I'm just gonna, look at that. I don't even have a square edge. That's right. I'm not looking for perfection, we're just looking for... Okay, I don't need to lock that every time, I just need to put it out of my way. Alright, I'm going to wrap that around the edge and be right back. Okay, now I have this piece of cardboard. It's flexible, but it's still pretty sturdy. So the piece that's going to go on the inside of here, I'm going to go ahead and cover this with that. You could also use a... anything really. You could use a 9 by 12 envelope or whatever. I wanted it a little bit smaller so that this part would show around the edge. So that's what I did, and I'm just going to do like I've been doing. I'm just going to glue it and put it around the edges. And I'm putting it on this way so that, well, ideally so that I could see my lines on the back of here and make it straight, but it's still not looking straight on that side. I'm not sure why. Look it, that's like way crooked, but that looks like straight. That is so weird. I don't think that this piece is crooked. I don't think. I don't know. Didn't look it. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to do the other thing now. But you don't have to watch that because that would just be tedious. Now this is easier when it's just one piece of fabric, but you do, I don't think I mentioned this before, when you are pulling this over, you want to pull it nice and tight, even maybe start from the middle and go out. Might be the ideal way, I don't know. So I just do what I can with the knowledge that I have, and sometimes I remember everything I need to remember, and sometimes I don't. But you want to pull it nice and taut like that. So now we have a nice little piece here, and it can go back here, and we will see that little bits of edge from the cover on this side, which is kind of cute. And I will sew those together after I sew all these pieces, which that goes that way. Next one is, let's see, background. Okay, this one's just super simple. This is just fabric and fabric, and not sure what side will be what. I'll just glue that real quick. Now if you are not sewing, then you're going to go on to glue everything down really well, maybe even use Mod Podge or like a Elmer's glue mix with water or something like that. And you will want to put your fabric around the edges, you know, because otherwise all that's going to show. But because I'm sewing them, I don't really have to worry about that, although in this one, you know, I am going to do that. And then this piece, I need it, well, is that even straight? I don't know. I need this piece. Let's go ahead and tear off a little bit here and there. If I cut it, it'd be even better, but no, I'm not cutting it. I'm ripping it because taking chances. It's just a chance I'm taking. And hoping it'll still fit on here the way I need it to. You don't have to take chances like this. You can measure and cut and all the really good things that other people do that I don't. So it's gonna, this one's folded around, so on the one side it's gonna have a clean edge, and on the inside it's gonna have a rough edge. And hopefully the only thing that will show on the outside will be like maybe a little bit of fray. The hard thing is I've got to like make sure that it's on here. Well, I have a little bit more leeway on the sides anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. If it comes off on the sides, it comes off on the sides. So that I'm just going to glue, not wrapping this one. Alright, on the back side, I'm going to put a piece of lace because if I try to cut this or rip it, it's not going to come out perfect, and I'd rather it kind of come over the edge. So I'm just going to sew the lace right on there when I sew it. I can't tell what side is what. And I'm just going to have it hang off just a little, hang off enough to cover that piece from the outside. I'm okay that it hangs over on the inside. So it'll just kind of, well, I could even do it on the inside too, couldn't I? Because then it would be pretty on both sides, and it'll just be, you know, I had a whole bunch of issues that I'm having. Because why not? It'll finish that back edge. I mean, I could do it on the front too. Should I do it on the front? I didn't want to have it hanging off too far though. I just wanted it hanging off just a little bit. And that makes the inside look pretty. Like, I don't mind the outside like that though. I don't know that I really want it on this side, but I wouldn't mind it being on this side. Just like there, just kind of hanging off a little. Is that a little? I don't know. Yeah, just hanging off just a little. I think that's fine. I mean, I could have just done that on the back, but then, yeah, this way it hides it on the back here. I kind of like that. I'm just wondering if I want to do that on the front as well. Also, did I cut this piece long enough? Not really. It's alright. I'm going to sew it on, so I'm not worried about if it's, let me see what a piece would look like if I put it on the front. Oh, of course it's all on the floor. Why wouldn't it? Need to match it up, that's all. What do we think? Yeah, I might, because then it will kind of match the back. Alright, yep, gonna do it. Most people would probably put the lace on the inside, not me. Did I do this right? Not me. Put it on both sides. Gotta be extra. Alright, so there's that one ready to be sewn. A little different than the other ones. And I went ahead and put the back on that one because the way I'm only going to be sewing it around the edges. And it's not a patchwork one that I need to worry about. Same with this one. Oh yeah, same with this one. Should I make this one a TN though? I mean, I got plenty of it to make. I definitely want to do one of these as a TN with this fabric. Ooh, this one is another, let's do another patchwork one. Oh, and look at this, isn't this gorgeous? I love that. That was in stuff from my gram. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, we have another piece of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Patchwork. Oh my word. Why are words so hard? If I move fast, I can just go ahead and glue the whole thing and stick them on there. If I move fast, I don't know. Will I move fast? And is this one I want to go around the edges on or not? I kind of like the going around the edges. Just looks a little bit neater, don't you think? I mean, it looks even neater if you don't have like strings all over and glue touching everything because your fingers are doing an overlap. I want this one on the top. This one was not in the Christmas section, this green one, but it went so well with the other greens. And I could have got the snowflake one. There was a snowflake one that I could have got, but I didn't because, you know, I can only use that one in the winter, where this one I could use it anytime, really. Definitely do not need a piece quite that big. Alright, that one's going to go around the back. Oh, his head's going to get cut off. That's the problem. Oh well. Let's see, is this piece any better? Oh, he got cut off a little bit, but that's okay. And it's not tall enough. Oh, this piece. We're just going to have to live with this piece, and his head's going to get cut off. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Was I going around the edge on this one? I think I was. Alright, so for this backing, I'm actually cutting it, and so I'm cutting it down to 9 by 12, which is the size of my base. So it should work out really well. Just gotta line up. Alright, that's at the 9. Can't see my lines though, but this is I have a line. There's a line on the fabric, so I'll try to follow that line. Well, I would go over it again with that, but my ruler moved, so that made it a little bit more difficult. Just need to get where there must be a nick or something on that blade or something, because it kind of misses like at the same spot each time. Alright, let's see how that worked. Will that give me the size I need? It should go right to the edge, right? Yes. Alright, so now when I sew the front, I should be able to just stick that on the back with a little glue in the middle and sew around the outside edges. Unless I don't mind the marks being on the fabric on the inside. On this one, because this is patchwork, I actually don't mind. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on. Shocker! You know, I just need to get glue. Alright, my glue stick is empty, and I don't really want to use art glitter glue per se. I mean, I can, and I also could use Fabri-Tac, but also I can use this quick dry tacky glue and just use that just to hold it on there until I can sew it. Yeah, this one, because it has the patchwork lines, hopefully my lines will be straight enough that, I don't know, if I could get more of this out at once, it would be better. There we go. That's way more than I need. It's alright, I'm going to take a little silicone spatula. So yes, you could even use tacky glue, but you want to spread it out. I'm going to glue it, so don't even, oh my goodness. I might have had this glue for a while. I just need it to stick down in the middle. That's all. Spread it out. It's going to soak through because I got way too much on there. But it's okay. It's the inside, and this is really thin fabric too. What might I do to alleviate that a little bit? Let me just get some of the glue off so that it doesn't seep through so bad. I know it's quick drying. I need to be a little bit faster, but alright, that's fine. Let's try it. Let's get it on there straight as we can. Whoops. And centered as we can. Okay, at least we have a little. See, with the art glitter glue, I would not have had any kind of, well, see, it's seeping through, but it's all right. It'll dry. I wouldn't have any time. I wouldn't have had any time to reposition things if it was art glitter glue. That's what I'm trying. Those are the words trying to come out of my face. And yes, it did seep through some, but it's all right. Just want it to be straight on the edges. All right. And I'm not worried about like doing fray check or anything around the edges because I will be sewing around the edges as well as, you know, all these places where this meets up. All right. And the other ones, I didn't put the back on first because I want to hide the stitches on the back, where this one, because this is a patchwork look on the back, I don't mind that there's going to be stitching on it. Plus these are bigger blocks, so there's just going to be like stitching here, 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 and there, basically, and there, so it won't be too bad, and around the edges. Now this one I did differently. I made the inside larger than the outside so that it borders the cover, which is going to make it so that I can't put the corners on, but that's okay. I mean, I could. I would just have to like squish down this little bit up here. Maybe I could still put corners on. We'll find out after we sew it, but that definitely has to dry first because I used the tacky glue. This was a shirt, so there's like a little bit of a stain on there, but that's okay. But yeah, that's gonna be cool and fun. I like that. I like with the green showing on the outside, even though this is like a casual stripe with kind of a more folksy, fancy, folksy, I don't know. It reminds me of, it looks kind of like Scandinavian, Swedish kind of a thing happening. All right, let's see. I've got a few more here. How are we doing on time? I will put those together. I'm going to go have lunch and put together the rest of these. I'll sew one or two on camera and then show you all the finished covers that I am apparently mass making today. I put all the fabrics together the other day, so that was already done. So yeah, I'll be back. I'm not going to plug in the mic for this part so that the hopefully the machine won't be quite as loud if I do that, and my face is like right in front of the camera. I'm doing a zigzag stitch. I've got it at 2.5 and 3.5 on my little thing, and 04 for a zigzag, and I'm just going to follow these lines. I did do a little back stitch in there. Let's see. Let's see, do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to turn here. Just did a little tiny back stitch. On the edges of the page, it won't matter as much because another stitch is going to go around it, so that will stop it. I'm going to turn this way. And I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go all the way across. I may do it different on another one, but that's how I'm doing this one, I guess. It just kind of gives it a little bit, you know, gives it more patchwork effect, I guess. And that's a little bit far off, but that's okay too. Let's see. Then I'm going to go around this one. Because I'm random like that. And then I just went straight down on that one because that one did follow the line. Even though normally I try not to follow the line. Let's see. I just need to start here a little bit. And this I'm starting, I may get covered anyway if I do a, what is it called? If I do a journal topper, that could potentially get covered. So. Actually, I'm going to go all the way across here since there is the other thing there that kind of makes it look a little bit. What's the word I want? Oh, because it looks like patchwork. So now it'll look like there's two pieces of fabric there, even though there's not. You want to make sure those overlap just a little bit. I can't remember if it's the left or the right you stop at to make it a clean cut, but I think it's the right, but I just did that one on the left, so I'm going to do this one on the left too. And then you just kind of lift your foot a little bit as you turn it, if you can. I couldn't really there. That's okay. So yes, this is a little bit of a tedious kind of a thing. Takes a while to do what you want to do, depending on how you do it. So let's see, I'm going to go all the way to there, where I think this is where I need to go up here. Go all the way up here. Guess it doesn't matter. Okay, and then go across here. And you notice I'm not doing the outside edge yet, because I'll do that when I add the back, you know, the backing. Let's see, I just need to get this one here. I could have just gone, okay, let's go ahead and we're going to turn, and I'm going to go, it's going to look a little funny because I'll have like kind of like a double stitch there, but that's okay. And then I just realized I've got this one here. And I'm going to go, oh, oops, I got stuck. I'm going to go all the way down, and this should be my last one, I think. You get, you just work with it. You just work with it. All right, so now that is that all stitched up and looking nice. I had thought about putting little pieces of lace behind some places, and then I totally forgot to do that, so we didn't do that, but I can always glue lace on later if I want to. And then we have this piece that will go on the inside, pretty far on the inside actually, and I'm just going to go ahead and sew it from this side just to make my life easier. Oh, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue in the middle so that it will stay, but I'm not putting glue where the where I'm sewing, just in the middle. And I'm not too worried about all those strings. If any stick out from the outside, then I'll fix it, but I'm not too worried about. And I'm like Gail, I don't iron. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. That is not even a little bit even. I would like it to at least appear that I tried, you know. It's okay if it's not even on the front and back, because those don't really show so much, but the top and bottom, I would like it to be somewhat. Just so you know, it's not a easy, it's not always easy. It takes some effort. Anything worth doing is going to take effort anyway. All right, do I know where the back and the front is of this? No, I don't. I think this is how I had it for the front. So I'm going to start on the back corner. That way if it messes up, it'll mess up in the back. Now the fabric does keep wanting to bunch up, which is a little bit annoying, especially when you got it glued down in there. And then sometimes it won't come out straight on the other side. We're just gonna deal with that. Maybe put a pocket on it. I don't know. Not gonna worry too much about it. We tried. We really tried. I did try to get it on there nicely. Don't worry, my finger's nowhere near it. Just looks like it is. And then the last turn. Yep, that's what happened on that back corner. But if I put corners on these, that'll hide that a little bit. Or if I put a pocket on there, yeah, the fabric totally even though I thought it was down straight, then it moved. So now I have like that sticking out over there and that over there. It's a little bit of a pain. I can trim this on this side, hopefully, so it's a little less obvious on this side. And the other side, I'll just, half the things that you do when you're creating things is you're just fixing mistakes. You're just fixing things that didn't turn out exactly how you wanted. All right, so that is how that one is looking. And I said I would do two, right? So, oh, this one's really thick because it's got this piece of cardboard inside that I wrapped it around, and that piece. That'll be super easy to just go around. No, should we just, this one's easy too. You just go around this one. Yeah, you don't need to see me sew another one, right? I'm definitely not going to sew another patchwork one. But like one like this, super easy. Oh, start on the back. You kind of do want to start on the back. I'm going to go up this side of the lace here. Which means I may need to go back in later and glue down in here really well if I don't sew there. I don't know if I'll sew because, oh, I know what to do. No, do I know what to do? No, I don't know what to do because I glued it down really well. If I hadn't glued it down on this side, I would have been able to glue the fabric together and then glue the so you can learn from my mistake. You might want to not glue your lace all the way down. So then what I might do is just do a straight stitch all the way around, so that, or do white, I don't know. I'll just do at the back, start with the back side. It's pretty close to the edge here. I'm gonna go right in the middle of those flowers. Helps if you click the right button. All right, I'm just doing straight stitch now. And then you just lift a little bit and turn. I'm following the edge right there to try to keep it somewhat straight. Turn, and then I'm kind of going down the middle of those flowers. And then back down here. It's very shaky. And then back stitch on the end so that I don't have to tie it, because that's a little bit of a pain. So what I could end up doing is putting another piece of lace here. I don't think it's going to bother me as much on the inside as it does on the outside. And really, I like that it pokes out more than anything. So I might put something there, but I'll just glue it on. I won't sew it on. Or I might leave it like it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think oh, the sun is blinding me. All right, I'm going to sew the rest of these, and then I will be back to show them all to you. I'm putting on some Tim Holtz corners. This is usually what the package looks like. That one's empty because I'm on to the last bit. Usually I would use not art glitter glue. I am using art glitter glue today. Usually I would prefer Fabri-Tac. Just not totally sure where my Fabri-Tac is at the moment. So I'm going to use what I've got. You want to make sure that you have your cover upside down so that the front is face down, so that when you put this front down like this, that it's on the front of your cover. Otherwise you're going to annoy yourself when you do it like 3 times, and then you're like, oh, let me just remember to do this every time. I just put a little bit of glue on there just for a little added insurance, and then I press that down, press that down. Some people put a napkin or tissue in between here so that you don't get marks from your tool that you're using. This is just pliers, not cutters, pliers. But you can see on the front, you can even, there's not really marks, so I'm not too worried about it. Put it back upside down. So yeah, real simple. These, I prefer these corners because some of the other corners that you can buy in bulk and buy cheaper, yes, but they are like pre-formed for like a certain width of cover, and that just kind of annoys me. All right, so then this part that's sticking out, I'm just gonna trim up, and that's it, because this will hide all an array of errors. Not errors, but you know, I can never get my corners perfect, so sometimes it's just a little bit easier to cover that fact with, because even when I use that, like that little ruler thing with the notch cut out, my corners are never perfect. And on the one where the fabric was like hanging off, I will show you, I already put my corners on it, but I'll kind of show you what I did to make that work. So on the, let's see, where is it? This one, I had it hanging off, so I trimmed off the sides for one, and then where it hangs out a little bit more, I just snipped it right there so that it hangs off on the outside. This one definitely, I ran out of my green. I was like at the very end of it, and at the back end here I tied that together. I tied that together because it ended right about there. I was trying to do a straight stitch for that last part, just to, and then my sewing machine went wonky, so I just did that stitch at the very end. So the back of that is a little extra wonky, and then that piece didn't get sewn. I might glue a piece of lace on there, but I did glue it down so it's not coming up. There's just a little bit of paper showing through there. So that might get a little piece of lace, like maybe a little piece of lace up here, maybe a piece down here. Let's see. I've got a little piece of eyelet here. So if I use eyelet, because it curves, I will usually cut off this part just to, so I can make it straight. I mean, if I can make it not a mess when I do it, even better. Speed this up, Darcy. I don't want to edit. I'm already going to have a put them together. Talking to myself, I know. Alright. So I could even just like fold that over. And that or a piece of lace will just cover that nicely. Could do one there, could do one there. I'd probably just use lace. But this is what I do with eyelet because I don't like it being all curved up. Just random little piece of whatever. Alright, so I'm still working on getting all of these. There's strings everywhere. The ones that are just sewn around all the way around, that's the least amount of strings. Alright, so here is, can you even see? I don't know. So here's one. This it's got the patchwork on the inside and the patchwork on the outside. This one has the patchwork on the outside, and what's on the inside? Birds. Birds are on the inside. And this one, I did remember right before I sewed it, I stuck in this little piece. I just kind of pulled at the glue and stuck it in there. And then when I sewed over it, I backstitched and overstitched. So that's like stitched 3 times where this is. So that should hold it really, really well. And that is this cover with this inside. And I had this sticking out because it's from a shirt. So it's like the same on both sides. So it was kind of nice sticking out. I kind of like that. And then this one, the little bit sticking out here, which I don't mind. It just gives it a little older look. This would go, oh, look at that. Had some issues. I forgot to go back and stitch that when it didn't stitch. Well, you know what I might do with that? I might just make that the bottom and then put a pocket down there. Oh, and then, or put a pocket there. Oh my goodness. That is a mess. So I may or may not, because I don't have that color, I'm out of that, the thread. So I will probably put a pocket down here and just leave that, just make sure this is all, I think it is glued down really, just glue that down a little bit more is what I'll do with that. It's just the way that one's going to have to be. Sometimes that's what happens. And then this one is snowflakes and patchwork. That one at least got all the way around. And then this one, I haven't decided because I could have this be the outside, and then if this is the outside, then it's kind of cute. It's got that border, but that kind of looks like the inside. So I think that's going to be the inside. And the outside will probably like have a little gingerbread man on it or something, with some, just have a nice little journal topper to make it super cute. And then when you open it, it's like that. That one has like a extra thick piece of cardboard in there, so that makes it a little bit harder to fold. These square ones, they will be travel notebooks, so they may or may not be. I might do the you know, elastic, so you just put your little piece in there. And then there's this one. That one, I don't know. I'll have to decide what I want on the outside and what I want on the inside. Depends what I use for a journal topper. And then this one, I ended up putting a piece of lace. This is actually a piece of lace from my wedding dress, which I had made. It's because I had found some lace I really loved, and a lady was willing to make it for like cheap. So I just paid for the materials and her time, and that was pretty much her wedding gift to me too. Even, I mean, I only paid $100 for her to make it. I mean, that was a gift, believe me. So this one, I put a piece of lace down there, and there's no lace on the back, and just sew it around and have the pocket. And yes, I can only put small things in the pockets, because, you know, or I could have this be a TN and fold it there and fold it like that, and then it would have the 3 pockets for a travel notebook. That was a thought that I had. I was like, well, that would be cute if I did that. And then when I cut around here, well, that one's a mess, but I tried to cut around the pieces so that they would stick out a little bit. Don't really need that piece. Oh, actually, no, it's connected. So, and then there's this one. I don't know if I'll put corners on that one or not. I might not. And that's the inside of that one. And oh, this is what I wanted for the outside. The front, I think, was this piece. So that's that one. And then this is the one that you saw me sew. And I haven't figured out closure. Oh, this is the outside. I haven't figured out closures yet. Mostly I would probably do eyelets. And I'll do the closures when I fill them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Don't worry, that was an even number. I know, weird. So that is my make for this weekend. It took me the whole weekend. That's why you only get the one video, because it took me a long time to make those. I'm telling you, that was not. This might not be a very long video compared to how long it took me to make these. Alright, I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.